Hey up everybody, my name's Joshua Morrison. I'm the director of Johnny Moz's Lessons in Confidence, and today I want to talk to you a little bit around things that you find on the side of the road. I like to go for a lot of walks around my local area. I like to pick up things that I come across and take them back with me, and I've found a fair few things in my day, so I thought I'd show you a few things that I found and sort of encourage you to keep a lookout for things that people just leave out because they want rid of stuff. Some people are having a clear out and they've just got loads and loads and loads of crap that they need to get rid of. So, you know, one man's trash is another man's treasure, as they say. So first off, we got Jazz Classics, taught by Pat Donahue. Now this is I've not actually watched it because I do have a VCR, but I haven't plugged it in or anything like that. I don't have a telly. That's the problem. I don't have a television, so I'm looking forward to watching it when I get the chance to. It's probably on YouTube, to be fair. The entire thing, I bet, is on YouTube. But it's nice to have it on this. It's nice to have VHS tapes. I like my VHS tapes. I've got all down here is loads of VHS tapes. I can't be asked to show you them, but because it would mean pulling. I've got this light here, and there's loads of stuff on it. So whatever. So I've got that, and I am pretty damn satisfied with it. That's one thing that I found. Next up, found True Romance, director's cut on DVD. It's not my favourite. It's good. It's a good film. Preferred From Dusk Till Dawn. But you know, it's got all sorts of. Look at that. Look at the way it does that. There's so many bits, and then there's bits on the back. You know, you've got all sorts of bonus features. You got, you know, there's just a fun little thing. And it was completely free. This is the sort of thing you would get in a charity shop for like £2.50. So, again, pretty happy with that. Next up, this is a bit stupid, but I don't actually have an Xbox, but I found Halo Reach and Halo 4. And I've been meaning to give them to a friend, actually. I got them with that friend in mind, because they've got an Xbox and I don't. And, you know, I just thought, I'll pick it up for them. So, got both of them. Never played Halo, but apparently it's pretty good, so that can go there. Next up is something I do quite like, is a fairly dirty copy of The Office on DVD, series 1 and 2. Look at this. It's another one of these. So you got so much stuff on it. I presume, yeah, series 1, series 2, and then you've got like little extras and stuff like that. Oh no, the first 2 DVDs are the complete first series, and the third disc is the complete second series. Weird, they both have the same amount of episodes. Huh? I don't understand. Oh well. It's a fun little thing, I quite enjoy it. Some nice little bits of art, you know, I like the kind of minimalist kind of thing they're going for. Feels very much, you know, the kind of thing that The Office is, so it's cool. It's a nice little thing. I like it. I like my British sitcoms. Hence the next thing, which is one of my favourite shows, Peep Show, series 1 to 5. Now, I find that these kind of box sets are always kind of pointless, because you know what happens? When Peep Show was on series 3, you could get series 1 to 3 on DVD. And then they come out of series 4, so they make a new box set, series 1 to 4. And then they come out of series 5, another box set. There's a box set out there that I saw at a charity shop that was £15, and it was Peep Show series 1 through 8. What's the point? What's the point of that? What's the point of having a box set of 8 out of the 9 series? Especially when they're all pretty good series. Then I wanted to show you my crowning jewel. It's a Alesis mixing desk sort of thing. It's brilliant, this. You plug stuff in, you can do EQ, you can have fun with it. I looked this up, this apparently cost about £150 new. It's clearly had some real use. Someone's puts these felt things on the back. So whatever they were doing, they had it locked down in a specific spot. I imagine they had a problem with it kind of shimmying around, which I have felt like if I'm doing a bit of that, it does kind of jiggle a little bit. Yeah, it's a really nice little thing. It's got some effects. I don't really use the effects, to be honest. I don't think the effects on this are particularly great, but you know, I've got effects pedals for that kind of thing anyway, so you know, it's not really a problem. So I want to try and keep this theme of like things sort of cluttering the desk. I'm going to have to take it down because this is my true crowning jewel. Ooh. Check this, right? This is something I am so happy with. Found this when I was walking back home from high school about 9 years ago, I want to say. 9 years ago? No, it would have been longer than that. It's been like 11, 12 years ago. Time flies. Check that out. How cool does that look? Maybe it's not your kind of art. It's my kind of art. I like it. I just think it's so much fun. I think it's such a cool bit of art. When I first found it, it was in a really crap case. It looked a wreck. So I put it in this case for just some painting that I had. And I love this thing. This has stayed there ever since. One of my favourite bits of artwork there. Now looking up about that little section of wall, it just seems so empty now. Next up, do you guys like Rothko? I like him quite a bit. I like all my experimental minimalism, and this is a painting that some people have come over to my house and they've said that is a fucking ugly bit of painting, that. But you know what? I kind of enjoy it. I like the gradient. I like the soothing nature of it. It's not trying to say anything, you know, super in depth. It's not trying to be anything that it's not. It's just a fun little bit of art, and they managed to take quite ugly colours and turn them into something quite pretty. So I just think it's neat. I think it's a cool little thing. It makes a cool noise actually. Listen to that. I'm gonna do like. It's like a drum beat. That's cool. I should have really not had all of these. Now I'm just taking down all my pictures because the next one up, I like this one even more than that painting. Not as much as the first painting I showed you. Check this out. So you got the human brain, and it just sort of goes through, you know, different parts. I don't know how accurate it is. I presume it's fairly accurate. It was actually a fair bit taller, so I don't know if you can see. Let me try and find a way that you can see. It was actually a fair bit taller, so I've had to cut the bottom and the top off. So you got a picture of good health, it says on the bottom, because it was so long that it didn't fit in the frame. But still, it's a really nice little piece of artwork. I love it. I like looking at it and just sort of going like, ooh, domestics over here. Ooh, you know, animal is over here. You know, just perceptiveness, and I didn't even perceive it to notice. I just ignored it. So I think that's a really cool painting. A lot of fun to be had with that. And next up is one that has a story to it, because I've used this in a film. If you go onto Amazon and you search up Scorched Earth, you're going to see a scene where the main character, Gillian, played by Charlotte Elizabeth Langley, is fighting a guy played by Jonathan Kilcourse, who was in one of my other films, A Sheffield Psychedelic, and he played a character called Druggy Dave. And in Scorched Earth, they have a fight, and they use this painting in the fight. So if you look at the back, we put this thing through the ringer. If you look at this, you know, it shouldn't really look like that, but it kind of does. So hang on, just trying to put them all in various places. I've got another one of these Rothko things as well. I've got two of them. They're ever so slightly different. I'll show you the difference actually. I forgot that I had all these actually. So I don't know if you can tell the difference straight away, but here's the first one, and here's the second one. Can you tell the difference? Can you tell the difference? I like this one. Yeah, that one's pretty good. So we're going to put that. Running out of space on this. Put it there, I suppose. That works. Oh yeah, before I forget, got this little thing which I'm not really sure what it is. It came with the mixing desk. It's a Samson S Direct. I get the sense it's kind of an equivalent of this sort of thing, like a Focusrite. I presume it's kind of like one of those because it seems to have all the same kind of bits to it, and it feels quite light and hollow, just like this does as well. So it was a pretty cool little find, that. I like it. Although I haven't managed to get any use out of it, but it's good to have, and it's good that one day I might get some use out of it. So it's a nice bit of fun. I'm just trying to think if there is anything else that I would like to show you. Oh yeah. Check these out. It's all different parts of Belgium. They're all like little mug holders, mug things. I forgot what they're fucking called. You know, so you stop your tea spilling on the table. I don't know why the word has just completely gone out of my head. But you got Antwerp, you got Bruges, you got Ghent or that, and you got Brussels. There was a couple others, but I didn't take them because those ones looked kind of naff. They were like these sort of naked, kind of fat women, and I think it was trying to be some kind of statement on something, but I don't know what it was saying. It was a bit European for my taste. Yeah, I believe that's everything. I will tell you a quick story about this lamp, this light bulb, which I don't actually have any use for because it's one of those screw-in light bulbs, and I don't have one of those. I've got the B22 thing. It was in the pub, and crackhead came in, sold me that. It also came with 3 jars of Vegemite and a strip light that you can kind of turn on and off by motion sensor. It's not in here. I gave that to my parents, and they use it for their summer house. So 10 quid. I didn't actually want to buy it, but she's a very good saleswoman, so it's there now, and it'll come in useful someday when I figure out some use for it. I think that's just about everything that I have to show you as far as these beautiful items are concerned. And I would just now like to talk to you about the idea of finding stuff out in the middle of the road and taking it back with you, because a lot of people seem to ignore stuff that's out and about, and I'm not really sure why. Maybe it's like you get judged for it because you're seen as like a scavenger almost, and yeah, that's what this is. It is scavenging, but I mean, there's plenty of species that are all about scavenging, and what are you going to do if you can't scavenge stuff? You're just going to go out there and just bloody, buy all this? Some of this stuff I would never have gotten. I wouldn't have gotten this or this or this or any of this artwork. It's just left out by people probably moving house or whatever, and they have no space for this because, truth be told, I mean, if I moved out, I probably wouldn't take this one, but I would definitely take these ones. I'm really just quite happy with my little finds, and I've found so much stuff over the years that I've kind of gone through. This is probably only a 10% of everything that I found across the years. Some stuff I end up getting rid of. Sometimes you can find books on the side of the road, and what you can do, if you download an app called Zifit, you can scan the book with your phone, and it can come up with a little price tag. So if you see someone that's leaving out a load of books, you can scan it, and you can make a little bit of money just walking up and down the street. That's why I've got this book here. I saved this tip till the last because that way, you've watched the whole video. Now you get to make some money. So, no idea what this book is, but it was worth about 60p. So, what is it? By Bryony Gordon is a respected journalist. Oh, wait. A #1 best-selling author and an award-winning mental health campaigner. She is also an alcoholic. Yeah, okay. Not going to read it. Sometimes you find some good stuff. I like little stories with things. I saw someone that was throwing out the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and they had a load of those kind of self-help books. And it just made me think, that's someone that has tried to improve themselves and has failed. So they've stopped and they've just gotten rid of these books that they're never going to use. So it's like an admission of defeat in a way, even though I don't particularly like that avenue of self-help, because it does tend to veer into nasty bits of politics that we're not going to get into. But I just like going around finding stuff. If you're ever in doubt of whether someone's left out, you can always knock on the door and ask. And just sort of say, is that something that you're leaving out for people to take? Because sometimes what they'll do, they'll put free to take on a label, and then they'll put the label on, and then the wind will blow that label away. So you might see something and it might not be sure. Maybe they're just like, it's just out there for a sec while they're, I don't know, putting stuff in the house or whatever. It can be that kind of thing. So, especially if it's something valuable, you know, like it's nice to, you know, make sure that you're not just stealing stuff, because it's, you know, a lot of the stuff to me has significant value, and obviously to someone else it clearly didn't have any value whatsoever. So it's just kind of fun to do, and I encourage other people to do it, and I encourage other people to leave stuff out. I'm often leaving stuff out because I think it's good to give and take, you know. So I put out like old books and movie, like DVDs. I used to be huge into collecting VHS tapes. I got way too into it, and I collected about 150. I collected all, like, loads of John Wayne movies. I was collecting like David Lean epics, like Lawrence of Arabia and Doctor Zhivago, and some other one that I can't remember the name of that was kind of crap. You know, I'm always putting stuff out, and if like, I put out a drum kit, for instance, and the guy, I was waiting at the bus stop actually, and the guy came up to me and he sort of said, he started asking about the drum kit, what's going on with the drum kit, because I only had a little bit with me. I was going to take it to the charity shop bit by bit, and I said to him, oh, if you just go to number 22, then you will get you can get the rest of the drum kit from there, because I'm just going to give this away. So I gave it to him. He was talking about how his grandson was going to be using it and stuff like that, and I was like, oh, that's so sweet. I hope he's playing that drum kit now and he hasn't left it out. But then if he has, then it's up for someone else to take. It's a form of recycling. It's reusing, which is better than recycling. So it's nice to have all these things, and it's nice to collect, and it's nice to, you know, because I'm not a particularly materialistic person, but I like having stuff that has a bit of a story to it. Like, oh, I found that in you know, outside someone's house, or got that for free. I was working on a film with my friend John Henry, and it's called Steve the Stammer's Missing Painting. And there's one bit where woman gets a painting, and she's a bit ashamed that she got it for free, and she's a bit you know, ashamed to admit it. And it was a really nice painting, and I believe that she would get that sort of thing for free, because I get this sort of thing. I can't read what that says. Pado or OG. I think it's Pado OG. If you see it there. Anyone that can do like zoom and enhance or whatever, just have a look at that. Yeah, thank you for watching this fairly unstructured, fairly rambly video, just where I showcase something kind of nice, something that I like about. I don't think it's just a London-centric thing. I think it happens in all various parts, and it's also region-dependent. Like some boroughs, I very rarely see it, and some boroughs I see it everywhere. Some parts of boroughs I never see it, and some parts of boroughs I see it everywhere. And I wonder if maybe it's a council thing, like council-dependent. Some councils are really like cracking down on it for whatever reason. Maybe they see it as a form of littering or like fly tipping, or even though it's your own property. Oh, for God's sake. Should we count that as the end of the video? I think I can count that as the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining me on this little journey through these great artifacts that are quite dear to me, apart from these Halo games, because I don't play Halo or Xbox until I was always a PlayStation kid, so whatever, sod them. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a great day. Keep a lookout for stuff that you find. You might find something pretty bloody brilliant that might be just like this thing, worth a hell of a lot of money. 150 quid. I could sell that if I need to. So, yeah. Have you finished the video yet? Yeah? You're not doing that thing where you're still rolling, are you? And it's like, oh, these are the outtakes. Because if you are, can you just cut the video